Have you ever wondered how your cat perceives the world around him? This amazing creature is able to see, hear, and feel things that often go unnoticed. Cats are not just sweet and affectionate creatures, they are true masters of sensory perception, living in a world that is literally overflowing with subtle signals and sensations that are inaccessible to human perception. Their unique abilities go beyond what we can imagine. From incredible night vision to the ability to hear ultrasonic frequencies, cats have true superpowers that allow them to navigate the world in a completely different way than we do. Why are their whiskers more than just whiskers? How do they sense the approach of a storm before you even see the clouds on the horizon? How do they manage to react to the slightest change in your mood, even if you haven't said anything? Let's uncover 13 amazing ways your furry friend perceives and interacts with the world around them. This world full of wonders will allow you to look at your pet in a new way and admire his natural grace and intuition even more. 1. Ultra-sensitive hearing. Cats are masters at capturing sounds that are completely inaccessible to the human ear. Their hearing range extends from 48 Hz to an incredible 85 kHz, allowing them to hear both low-frequency sounds and ultrasounds. In comparison, human hearing is limited to a range of 20 Hz to 20 kHz, while dogs can hear up to 45 kHz. This phenomenon is due to the unique anatomy of their ears. Inside a cat's ear is the cochlea, a part of the auditory apparatus that is filled with thousands of sensory cells. These cells are capable of picking up even the faintest sound vibrations, and the muscular structure allows the ears to move independently of each other like antennae, enhancing the accuracy of perception. This helps the cat quickly identify where a sound is coming from, whether it's the rustle of a mouse under the furniture or the buzzing of an insect outside the window. Interestingly, cats can not only hear high frequencies, but also distinguish subtle changes in sound. For example, if an object falls nearby, they can determine its weight and distance by the sound of impact. This skill was evolutionarily developed for hunting, when cats needed to stealthily sneak up on prey by orienting themselves to the smallest sounds. Have you ever noticed how a cat suddenly raises her ears and stares at one point even though you don't hear anything out of the ordinary? That's because her hearing detects sounds such as the squeak of an insect or the vibrations of wires. Incidentally, it's because of these abilities that they react instantly to the sound of a treat bag opening, even if you're in another room. No magic. It's just that nature has given them super sensitive hearing, which turns the ordinary world into a symphony of sounds that are inaccessible to us. 2. Night vision. Have you ever noticed how your cat's eyes glow in the dark, reminiscent of mysterious creatures from fairy tales? This phenomenon has nothing to do with magic, but is the result of the unique structure of their eyes, specially adapted for excellent vision in low-light conditions. Behind the retina of the cat's eye is a special layer of tissue called tapetum lucidum. This layer acts like a mirror, reflecting light that passes through the retina back, giving the photoreceptors a second chance to catch it. Thanks to tapetum lucidum, cats can see in lighting conditions that are 6 times fainter than humans require. A key element of cats' night vision is the large number of rods in their retinas. Wands are light-sensitive cells that are particularly effective in low light levels. Cats have far more of them than humans, making them true masters of night vision. While we can barely distinguish shadows in a dark room, they can confidently move, hunt, or explore their surroundings. Another interesting fact: cats' large eyes don't just increase light intake, they also create a memorable glowing eye effect. This phenomenon is especially noticeable when light hits their eyes at a certain angle. The light reflects off the tapetum lucidum, and it appears as if their eyes are glowing from within. This ability developed in cats as an evolutionary advantage. Their ancestors were crepuscular hunters, active during the morning and evening hours when light is minimal. This unique mechanism of vision allowed them to survive by tracking prey and avoiding predators in low visibility conditions. And while cats can see perfectly well in the dark, their vision is not as sharp in bright light. Their eyes are adapted to capture as much light as possible. So in daylight, they compensate by constricting their pupils to thin, vertical slits. This helps reduce the amount of light entering their eyes and protects them from brightness. Now, when you see your cat moving confidently in the dark, remember, it's not magic. It's the result of thousands of years of evolution that have turned her eyes into a true night vision tool. 3. Perception of ultraviolet light. Cats see the world very differently than we do, and their vision extends beyond what is available to the human eye. In addition to the visible spectrum, they are able to perceive ultraviolet, UV, light, wavelengths invisible to us that reveal additional details about the world around them. This unique ability makes their vision a tool to help them navigate, hunt, and interact with their environment on a deeper level. Cats' ability to perceive UV light is due to the characteristics of their lens. In humans and many other mammals, the lens filters UV rays to protect the retina, but cats lack this filter. This allows their eyes to pick up UV radiation that is reflected from certain surfaces or objects. For example, what does this mean for their lives? Firstly, cats can see patterns on flowers, which usually serve as pointers for insect pollinators. Such details are completely invisible to us, but for cats they open up an extra dimension in their perception of nature. Another amazing feature is their ability to detect traces of urine, both their own and that of other animals. The UV spectrum allows them to see these marks, which remain hidden to the human eye. This helps cats navigate their territory, avoid conflicts, or, conversely, identify places to mark as their own. This ability is also useful in hunting. For example, animal tracks left on the ground or bird feathers that reflect UV light become more visible to the cat's eye, giving them an advantage over their prey. However, the perception of UV light isn't just a practical benefit. It also adds a brightness and richness to their world that we cannot perceive. The world around them is literally filled with colors, patterns, and light effects invisible to us. When you see a cat curiously scrutinizing seemingly ordinary objects or spots of light, remember, it may be seeing details that are hidden from your perception. Because of their ability to see in the ultraviolet spectrum, cats open doors to a side of the world unseen to us. 4. Enhanced peripheral vision. Cats seem to have the superpower to see what's going on behind their backs. Their peripheral vision is truly impressive and far superior to ours. While humans can cover about 180 degrees with their vision, cats have this increased to about 200 degrees. This means that they can spot movements or objects from almost any direction, even if they are out of their central field of vision. This breadth of vision is achieved due to the special location of their eyes. Cats' eyes are closer to the sides of their head than humans, which increases their field of vision. Although this reduces the proportion of binocular vision, the area where both eyes see at the same time, cats compensate for this by being incredibly sensitive to movement in the periphery. Wide-angle vision plays a key role in their survival. In the wild, this ability allows cats to react instantly to potential threats, such as spotting a predator sneaking up from behind. It also helps them hunt effectively by detecting the smallest movements of potential prey even at the edge of their field of vision. Cats' peripheral vision is particularly well adapted for motion detection. If an object moves quickly, they instantly shift their attention to it, which explains why cats react so quickly to sudden gestures or toys waving from the side. However, there is an interesting point. Unlike central vision, which is better at distinguishing details and colors, cats' peripheral vision is less clear. This is because the peripheral part of the retina contains fewer cones, the cells responsible for perceiving color and fine details. Nevertheless, it is perfectly tuned to detect motion and work in low light conditions. So, when your cat suddenly turns around or freezes, looking in a direction where nothing seems to be happening, she may have noticed the slightest movement that your eye can't see. Her magnified peripheral vision turns the world around her into a true panorama, allowing you to stay alert at all times. 5. Sensing the Earth's magnetic field. Cats have an amazing ability that can be called a true natural GPS system. They can sense the Earth's magnetic field, which gives them the ability to navigate space with remarkable accuracy. This explains how cats, when far from home, sometimes travel great distances to get back, even if their path is through unfamiliar territory. Scientists hypothesize that the ability to sense magnetic fields is due to cats having special receptors containing magnetite, a substance sensitive to magnetic forces. These receptors probably work in conjunction with other senses, such as vision and hearing, to help cats analyze their environment. Interestingly, this sense may be particularly useful for orienting in environments where other sources of information, such as odors or visual landmarks, are limited. For example, during bad weather or in unfamiliar terrain, a cat can use its sense of the magnetic field to determine the correct direction of travel. As you watch your cat, you may have noticed it suddenly freeze, look around, and then confidently start moving in a certain direction. This behavior may be due to the cat tuning in to the surrounding magnetic environment by checking its position relative to the Earth's magnetic field. This ability probably developed in cats during evolution to help them survive in the wild. For example, wild cats could use their magnetic sense to find shelters, hunting grounds, or return to safe areas. While we don't fully understand exactly how this sense works, research shows that it helps cats be incredibly sensitive to their surroundings. So when your cat starts wandering around the house or garden with an obvious purpose, she may be using more than just her sight or sense of smell. Her magnetic sense allows her to sense the world on a whole other level that remains a mystery to us. 6. Mustache sensitivity. A cat's whiskers are not just a decorative feature that makes them so adorable. In fact, it is one of the most amazing and highly sensitive tools that nature has endowed cats with. The whiskers, or vibrissae, play a key role in their orientation in space, environmental perception, and even emotional regulation. Each whisker is threaded with thousands of nerve endings and anchored in hair follicles that are connected to muscle fibers. This makes the whiskers so sensitive that they can pick up the slightest air vibrations that occur when objects around them move. For example, vibrissae help a cat sense the approach of a predator or prey, even if it can't see them. The whiskers also act as a kind of measuring tool. A cat can use them to estimate the width of a passage or the distance to an object. You may have noticed how a cat carefully pokes its head into a narrow space before climbing through. The whiskers act as sensors at this point, helping her to see if she can get through without getting stuck. Whiskers become especially useful in dark or unfamiliar places where vision is limited. They allow the cat to sense the surface and objects around it, gaining tactile information without having to get too close. For example, a cat can easily locate furniture or walls in a completely dark room by simply moving around and picking up ambient vibrations. Interestingly, whiskers are not only located on the muzzle. Cats have vibrissae on the back of their front paws, which helps them sense the movement and position of prey, even if they can't see it. This is especially important when hunting or playing, when precision movement is important. However, the sensitivity of the whiskers means that they should not be touched or clipped. This can cause discomfort, disorientation, and stress to the cat. For them, whiskers are an integral part of their perception of the world. So as you watch your cat, remember, their whiskers are real antennae that help them see and feel the world differently than we do. They give your cat confidence, comfort, and the ability to navigate with an accuracy that seems almost supernatural. 7. Sensing your stress or illness. Cats have an amazing ability to sense their owner's condition. Many owners have noticed that their furry friends begin to behave differently when they are sick, stressed, or emotionally stressed. This is because cats are extremely sensitive to changes in their environment, including our behavior, smells, and even biochemical processes in our bodies. One of the reasons for this sensitivity is their keen sense of smell. Cats are able to pick up subtle changes in odors emanating from our bodies. When we are under stress, the body releases hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline that change our natural odor. A cat can sense this and interpret it as a sign that something is wrong. Cats also pay attention to subtle changes in our behavior. Slow movements, changes in tone of voice, or irregular breathing can signal that the owner is feeling unwell or upset. Even our posture or facial expression can be cues for a cat to read. Interestingly, cats can not only notice stress or malaise, but they can also seek to help us. You may have noticed a cat becoming more affectionate, rubbing up against you, lying down on your lap, or beginning to purr loudly. Not only does a cat's purring soothe us, but it also has proven therapeutic benefits. Its vibrations help reduce stress levels, improve mood, and even speed healing. In addition, some studies show that cats can sense major health changes, such as a drop in sugar levels in diabetics or the onset of migraines. This is because they are able to pick up on changes in the odor of sweat or breath that precede such conditions. Feline caregivers can be comforting as well as helpful. In difficult moments, their intuitive support creates a sense of comfort and security. It's as if they understand when we need their comfort and come to our aid in their own special way, without words, but with deep empathy. So if you notice that your cat becomes especially attentive or affectionate when you're tired, depressed, or sick, it's no accident. It's her way of saying, "I'm here for you. You'll get through this." 8. Reading your facial expressions. Cats are incredibly observant creatures that can recognize and interpret human facial expressions. Although it was once thought that this ability was unique to dogs, research shows that cats too have an amazing ability to read our emotions from our facial expressions. Over thousands of years of coexistence with humans, cats have adapted to understand us better. They have learned to associate our facial expressions with certain actions, tones of voice, and even events. For example, a frowning face can signal irritation, while a smile can signal friendliness. Cats are particularly sensitive to eyes, eyebrows, and mouth shape. Studies show that they are able to distinguish between positive and negative expressions. For example, if you look relaxed and smiling, a cat may approach with more confidence, while if you are frowning or tense, it may prefer to keep its distance. This ability to read facial expressions goes hand in hand with their ability to pick up tone of voice and body language. A cat analyzes all of these signals together to understand your mood and react accordingly. For example, if you seem upset, a cat may come over, rub up against you, or even lie down next to you to offer its support. Evolutionarily, such sensitivity may have been advantageous for cats. Understanding human emotions help them fit in better with humans, avoid conflict, and get more attention, care, and food. Interestingly, cats tune in to their owners over time. The longer a cat lives with you, the better they understand your individual facial expressions and habits. It's like they're learning our emotional language, which makes their communication with us even more subtle and profound. So the next time you notice your cat looking at you, don't be surprised. She's probably scrutinizing your mood to figure out how to act, to be supportive, to entertain you, or to give you some space. These powers of observation make cats not only sensitive companions, but also true experts in human psychology. 9. The olfactory sense of hormonal changes. Cats have an incredibly keen sense of smell that far surpasses that of humans. This ability allows them to pick up on the slightest changes in your body, including hormonal shifts. Cats sense changes related to stress, pregnancy, or menstrual cycles through subtle changes in your scent. When you are stressed, your body releases cortisol and other hormones that change your natural body odor. Cats pick up on this and can react in a variety of ways. Some become more affectionate and try to comfort you, while others may become anxious or avoid contact if they feel very stressed. Pregnancy is another example of cats noticing changes. During pregnancy, levels of hormones such as progesterone, estrogen, and HCG increase significantly, which affects your body odor. A cat may become especially solicitous, following you everywhere, lying on your belly, or trying to be close to you. This is not only due to their sensitivity to changes, but also because of their instinctive desire to protect you during a vulnerable period. The menstrual cycle also leaves its own scent trail that cats can pick up on. Some cats become more affectionate or seek extra attention during this time, which may be due to their reaction to changes in your scent and behavior. This sensitivity is due to the structure of their olfactory system. Cats have about 200 million olfactory receptors in their nose, which allows them to analyze smells with incredible accuracy. They also have a vomeronasal organ, Jacobson's organ, located on the upper palate. This organ is responsible for perceiving pheromones and other chemical signals that help cats understand the emotional and physical state of other creatures. It is thanks to this system that cats can perceive changes that are imperceptible to us. They literally read us through scents, adjusting their behavior depending on our internal changes. So if at certain times your cat becomes particularly attentive or, on the contrary, behaves unusually, it may be due to its ability to sense your hormonal shifts. Her sensitivity once again confirms how deep the bond between us and our furry friends is. 10. Improved depth perception. Have you ever watched a cat jump from a high surface with absolute certainty, without missing a millimeter? This miracle of precision is the result of their exceptional depth perception. Cats have eyes that are closer together and point forward, allowing them to utilize binocular vision, the ability to focus both eyes on the same object at the same time. This gives cats the superior ability to determine the distance to an object with high accuracy. When a cat jumps from a height or makes a sharp dash for a toy, they know exactly where the target is and how far away it is. This ability is crucial to their hunting strategy, especially for catching prey with a precise movement. This depth perception is also due to the fact that cats can analyze the space around them in a three-dimensional plane. This allows them to judge height, distance, and even angle of inclination, which helps them navigate complex terrain with confidence, jumping from one surface to another, often with such ease that they seem to float in the air. This enhanced depth perception and precision in calculation make their jumps, whether for prey or simply to shelve, very elegant and confident. Cats can jump from heights by understanding the exact landing spot and avoid landing on an unprepared surface or an area that is too small. In addition, this ability also plays an important role in hunting. When a cat sneaks up on its prey, it uses this sense to accurately aim and calculate the optimal moment to jump. This makes them not only great catchers, but also amazing acrobats who seem to always know where they are in space.